Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that while I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the list sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the court. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzz beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour Show. To head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page, of course. Check out the blog section as well. New blogs dropping each and every day over there. New merch dropping here next week. We got some team merch dropping. Dallas Cowboys, Vikings, Dolphins, whatever you want. All 32 NFL teams merch is dropping over there at manhourradio.com or manhour.co, whichever website you like to go to here. But guys, it has been a long week off. We've been tinkering with a few things. We've been bringing some people in. We've been putting the right people on the bus, putting the right people on the right seats. And bada bing, bada boom, guys, this is going to be the best damn radio show on the planet. This is Michael Buckhouse. And today, guys, we got Way or No Way coming up. Saquon Barkley is not happy in New York. Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, the best cornerback receiver duo ever? What? Frank Clark says the Broncos are going to be from worst to first. Cortland Sutton is happy in Denver, but is he? And Tyreek Hill wants to set a 2,000-yard wide receiver season. But first, got to get into my thoughts. And now, Mike's thoughts. As OTAs start to come to an end, as mandatory minicamps are wrapping up and teams are being kind of assembled to put together here, players are moving up in the depth chart, players are moving down in the depth chart. But one of the big notorieties that has been done is from QB2 to QB1 in Carolina for the Carolina Panthers, and that is Bryce Young. Bryce Young has officially been moved up to QB1 per ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS, ESPN. All reports saying that Bryce Young is now QB1 in Carolina. That moves Andy Dalton down to number 2, and Matt Carroll is steady at number 3 for the Carolina Panthers. There are a lot of upset people about this. How can he move up during minicamp? It doesn't. Yes, I understand they're in a helmet, no shoulder pads, no pressure, no defense, none of this, and this. But you moved up in the draft to get this guy. You put your franchise's next 4 or 5 years future on this guy. With that being said, there's no doubt in my mind that he wasn't going to be QB number 1. There was no doubt in my mind that he was not going to play a lot of minutes this year for the Carolina Panthers. So Panthers fans, pump the brakes, chill the F out. If you guys want to have a successful season, you need to start your QB1 now. You don't need to start him week 7, week 8, week 9 like Tua and the Miami Dolphins did. That was just a blunder. Yes, I know they had it probably written in stone, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young does give you the best opportunity to win. Bryce Young is your future of your organization. Bryce Young and that young nucleus that they have in Carolina with Frank Wright, you guys are going to make some noise in the NFC South. Andy Dalton's a really good quarterback. Don't get it twisted. He is really, really, really good. He is. But simmer down now. simmer down now and love what is happening in Carolina. Stop it with the BS. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So all of you toxic comment people out there, understand your boys are going to be okay. They are going to be okay. Let's get into some new news. New news. Some new news that is happening across the NFL landscape here on June 12th, 2023. Dalvin Cook has officially been released by the Minnesota Vikings. What are the Vikings thinking right now? I don't know. Maybe cap space, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know. Dalvin Cook is 27 years old, so he is on the downhill slope of a running back life, right? But pump the brakes, Vikings fans. They know what they're doing, right? Oh, do they? Danielle Hunter is not reporting to OTAs because of the Vikings are planning to trade him as well. Trade or get cut. Wow, Vikings. What is going on in Minnesota? I'm kind of curious. Frank Clark has officially signed a 1-year deal with the Denver Broncos, the arch rival Denver Broncos, for $7.5 million for a 1-year deal. Do you guys remember when Frank Clark said Kansas City's home? I don't want to play anywhere but Kansas City. I just want to be a part of this team. I want to do this, I want to do that, and then guess what? He's a Denver Bronco. I don't know. Maybe he'll have success. Maybe the Denver Broncos can get the Neil Smith success and win a Super Bowl or two with Frank Clark. We'll see. Panthers quarterback J.C. Hill will miss the remaining of camp and OTAs and will not suit up until preseason workouts with an ankle injury. This is kind of concerning for the Panthers. Kind of concerning. Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb will miss the rest of the OTAs as well with an apparent knee injury. Interesting. DeMarcus Robertson has signed a 1-year deal with the Rams. DeMarcus Robinson spent last season with the Ravens, and previously he was with the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, the Rams are kind of secretly going to kind of be good this season. But let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. I think the Rams are going to win the West. What? Did I say that out loud? Bucks will wear Bucks will wear their creamsicle jerseys week 6 for the Detroit Lions. Are you guys excited about this? There are some jerseys out there that I absolutely love, and the Bucks creamsicle is one of them. I absolutely love the creamsicle color. Von Miller is being placed on the PUP list from his ACL injury last season. Guys, this is huge for Von Miller. It's been well over 9 to 10 months since he's had that ACL repaired, and he's still not ready to play. That could have been a career-ending injury for Von Miller. Lastly, J.J. Watt will be placed on the Texas Ring of Honor Week 4 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Definitely deserving. This guy's absolutely awesome. I love J.J. Watt and what he's done for the city of Houston, what he did, and like in the NFL. It is great. It is great. We got some people jumping into the chat here, guys, as my voice is not ready. I don't know. It seems like anytime I walk down to this area that I have, my allergies want to start throat punching me. And that's what it is. Patriot Zenzo is in the chat. That is huge, isn't it? Holy crap. Fix this man's chat. Damn. Guess I can't, whatever. Patriots Enzo says Dalvin Cook isn't going to get the $11+ million that he's hoping for. I hope Saquon Barkley is paying attention. Patriots in end zone. I agree with you 157.2%. The simple fact of the matter is that, why can't I adjust this? The simple fact of the matter is that running backs are a dime a dozen in the NFL. Let's just call a spade at the end of the day. Running backs are a dime a dozen in the league. We've said this many, many times right here on many shows, right here on Man Hour, manhourradio.com. Guys, go to the website and check it out. I'd be much obliged. But the simple fact of the matter is, you have to be a 1 in a million running back to really get paid, right? Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, I guess maybe you can put him up in there. Running backs are a dime a dozen. We are in a 2-back league system right now. We want a 1-2 punch. We want Zeke and Tony Pollard. We want a Christian McCaffrey and Michael Wilson Jr. We want that 1-2 punch. It elongates their career a little bit. Also keeps them on the cheap. Hey, man, you only put up 500 yards last season. Whatever, right? The fact of the matter is, once a running back, after their 5 years in the NFL, they might get a good deal year 4. Because let's just be honest, if you're taking a running back in the first round, you're messing up, i.e. Detroit Lions, i.e. Atlanta Falcons. You guys are messing up. But after that 4th year, they'll sign a 3-year deal for, say, $20 million. And that's going to be it. That is the shelf life of a NFL running back. 4 years plus a contract, and bada bing, bada boom, you are done. 7 years. Saquon Barkley. We're going to talk about this later. Saquon Barkley needs to just man up and understand this is how the NFL works. Delvin Cook, he actually took a pay cut, but the Minnesota Vikings they're in financial hell. That's why they're looking to trade Danielle Hunter. That's why they released Delvin Cook. That is why they're probably going to have to release. That's why they released Adam Thielen, right? They're probably going to have to release Kirk Cousins after next season to keep JJ around. That's just the way they're in financial hell. If RB is your best player, if running back is your best player, I'm going to wager you are no better than 7-10. Well, there is one outlier out there, and that is the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, Derrick Henry is the best player on the Tennessee Titans for the last 3 seasons, give or take, right? And they have been a 10-7 team. They've been 9-9, or not 9, 9-8, 8-9. So have they won the big game? No. Now, I will see your 7-10, and I will do you one better. If a running back is your best player on your team, you are not winning a playoff game. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. If a running back is your best player on your team, you are probably going to go 7-10 unless you're the Tennessee Titans. But let's say for some crazy reason you do go 10-7. Let's say for some crazy reason you do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You're not winning a playoff game. You are not. We are in the NFL right now where passing is king. You are in the NFL right now that we want 50, 60 points a game. We are in the NFL that if you are a nickel and diming team, you are not going to be on TV. The Titans were 7-10 last year, but if they would have won the last game of the season, they would have been a playoff team, correct? Which would have put them at 8-9. Dan Hood jumping in the chat here. What's up, Dan Hood? You guys, over here on Facebook, I actually have a new program written up. So if you put a Q in front of your question, it'll go into the queue so I can make sure I answer that question at some point during the show. So if you guys want to put a Q in front of your question over here on Facebook.com or even on YouTube.com, it will go into my queue and I'll be sure to answer it. But guys, it is time for Way or No Way here on Monday edition of Man Hour NFL Talk, June 12th, 2023, guys. It is. This summer is already flying by, guys, and I'm excited for football. We're, like 89 days away or something like that? We are less than 3 months away to the NFL kickoff season. Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And many people are already picking the Lions to beat the Chiefs up in my grill. But, guys, let's get into Way or No Way here. As the guy we were just talking about here, Saquon freaking Barkley, says that he does not rule out sitting the 2023 NFL season because he has not gotten a deal that he wants with the New York Football Giants. The Giants have offered him a franchise tag, and basically Barkley is saying, I am not going to sign this. No way, no how. Sorry about your luck, but I want a big term deal. So guys, way or no way is Saquon Barkley messing up by not taking a franchise deal or a franchise contract at this point in his career? Guys, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Saquon Barkley is a very, very good running back. Saquon Barkley is probably the best running back in the NFC East right now. He is probably the second best running back in the NFC as a whole. He is at least a top 5 running back in the entire NFL. But as we said this before, Saquon Barkley is a running back. Okay? Saquon Barkley has not had a healthy, productive season almost his whole NFL career. We can almost say that last year was an outlier. He did have 1,300 yards rushing. Great. 10 touchdowns. He did fumble the ball once. 4.4 yards a carry on 295 yards or 295 carries last season. Let's go back to a running back that was like a Saquon Barkley in this point in his career. No further than Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was a dog in Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell was going to be the best running back ever in Pittsburgh. Let's just call it. Let's just say it is what it is. He was going to be that dude. He wanted that paycheck. He's like, you know what? I'm going to sit out. He ultimately did get that paycheck, but what happened to Le'Veon Bell afterwards? I'll wait. Oh, he got released by the Jets. He got released by the Buccaneers. He got released by the Chiefs, and now he's calling everybody out that he played for besides the Pittsburgh Steelers and that, they're not very good. They didn't use me right. Saquon Barkley, take a note from Le'Veon Bell. Take a note from Le'Veon Bell. Sign your franchise deal. Prove it to the world that you can be healthy for 2 seasons in a row. Prove it to the world, my man. Prove it to the world that all of your injuries are past you. Prove it to the world that you are a top 10, top 5 running back in the NFL. Prove it to the world that you are the best running back in the NFC East. Take that franchise tag, earn that money, and then you'll get your deal. Guys, this is 100% way. This is a 100% way. Saquon Barkley best not sit out 2023 because we will never hear from him again. We will never hear from him again if he sits out the 2023 NFL season. Why? Why, you ask? He's 26 years old. That's why. Next year, he'll be 27 years old. What happens to a running back after 28, 29 years old? Right? See ya. See ya. Patriots end zone's coming with the way. He says franchise tag will be the most he will get in a year for the rest of his career. Shots fired there. I believe the franchise tag is like $10.3 million this season for a running back, if I'm not mistaken. We've seen it. Most recently, Zeke Elliott. Yes, he did get that bag. He performed not up to that bag. He is now jobless. He is now on the unemployment line. Come on, Shaquan. Just take the money. Have a good season. Let your team, let the guys get into the playoffs. What? Weren't the Giants were 8-9 last season, if I'm not mistaken? Let me look it up. 8-9 last season. Does that sound about right? Shoot, they were 9-7-1 last season with the healthy Saquon Barkley. This year, another year underneath their new head coach, Daniel Jones is starting to come into his own. You guys added some receivers. They could be a 10-11-1 team with Saquon Barkley. Come on, Barkley. You want to go to the playoffs, man? You want to win a playoff ring or a playoff game? You want to win a championship? Get your ass to the field, man. Get your ass to the field, guys. Guys, if you have not done already, please like, comment, and subscribe to this wonderful show that you would ever listening to it on YouTube, Facebook, in general. Give us a like, guys. Give us a share and give us a follow as well. Moving on to the next way or no way. Aaron Rodgers has come out, after dealing with his calf injury and hasn't really performed much of the OTAs for the rest of the OTAs. But he says that Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson are the best cornerback wide receiver duo in the NFL. So, guys, way or no way, is Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner the best cornerback receiver duo in the NFL? When I first read this article, when I first saw the headline, I'm like, who the hell cares about the best cornerback wide receiver duo? It is not like they're really complimenting each other at the same time, right? Yes, a good cornerback can, obviously make the offense's life a little bit easier. Good defense, have to score less points, yada, yada, yada. But let's just be honest. Nobody cares about the best wide receiver cornerback duo in the NFL. But if we were to break it down, when we look at the best wide receiver cornerback duos in the NFL, there is a particular player in Seattle, DK Metcalf. Yes, he had a down season last year. He is going to come back and he is going to have a great, that's right, a great NFL season. But there's a cornerback in Seattle by the name of Devin Witherspoon. This guy probably is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. This guy probably is going to turn a lot of heads, right? But let's look at last year's pick for the Seattle Seahawks. Tyreek Hill. This guy should have won the Defensive Player of the Year last season. He had better stats than Sauce Gardner up and down the board besides touchdowns allowed. He allowed 3, Sauce Gardner allowed 1. Now, let me ask you this question. Are you going to take Garrett Wilson or DK Metcalf for your receiver? Right now, I'm taking DK Metcalf. Garrett Wilson has a lot of potential in the NFL. A lot of potential. Especially this year, working with Aaron Rodgers, his game is going to improve a lot, right? But once Aaron Rodgers leaves, we'll see how good he really is, right? Devontae Adams S right there. But Woolen is better than Sauce Gardner. The rookie that hasn't even stepped on the field yet, Davion Witherspoon, is going to be better than Sauce Gardner as well. You guys understand that Seattle has one of the best or they have the two best corners probably in the NFL right now. And they're both second and first year players, along with DK Metcalf, better than Garrett Wilson right now. So are they the best duo in the NFL? No way. No way. Oh, that's just one outlier, and DK has to prove it, right? Okay. How about if we go to Dallas? Let's go to Dallas. You have CeeDee Lamb, and you have Travion Diggs. There you go. There's a really nice 1-2 punch. Yes, I know Diggs does give up the long ball a lot, but he also picks the ball off a lot. He also makes a lot of good plays. He is a top cornerback in the league right now. Say what you want. He is. CeeDee Lamb better than Garrett Wilson? Yes, he is. How about this? Let's go to Miami. Let's go to Arthur Brown's team, Miami Dolphins. Actually, Patriots in just popped up here. Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, whoever you want to put up there, and Jalen Ramsey. That might be the best duo in the league. Guys, Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson is probably a fifth best duo in the league if you want to go a cornerback receiver duo. I think it's kind of dumb, but the correct answer to this question is no way. There is no way they are the best duo in the NFL. They're just not. They're not even the best duo in the AFC East. Hell, let's look at the Buffalo Bills. Didn't they just sign a really good cornerback as well? I'm trying to think of his name right now. Let me pull it up. Tre'Davion White. Tre'Davion White might even be better than Sauce Gardner. I mean, they didn't just sign him, but they drafted him. Okay. Now we got some homerness happen. Gonzalez and Zuzu. Okay, Wayne G. If you want to go there, I think Gonzalez, I forgot about him. I forgot that the Patriots drafted him, but damn, was that a steal of the draft? Was Witherspoon and Gonzalez probably the best cornerbacks in the draft class this year, obviously. Gonzalez might not get as much love this season because he is going to have to go off versus Stephon Diggs. He is going to have to go up against Tyreek Hill and Waddle. He is going to have to go up against Garrett Wilson, all those players twice, right? He is also going to have to go up, trying to think of his name right now. Guy for the Eagles. Shoot, what is his name? Devontae Smith. He's going to have to go up against Devontae Smith. He's going to have to go up against CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have to go against Devontae Adams. Gonzalez or Gonzo, or whatever they call him during pre-camp here. He is going to have a biggest test ever. He is going to have either a make or break season, right? But yeah, I mean, do you guys think Juju legitimately will come out and have a good season with the New England Patriots? I don't know. I mean, I don't think even Juju is going to be the best receiver on the team. Probably looking at Devontae Walker. Maybe Kendrick Bourne can come out and actually have a successful season. Still have Hunter Henry. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Moving on. My man, Frank Clark, has officially signed with the Denver Broncos. Sad day if you're a Chiefs fan, because Frank Clark was a beloved figure in Kansas City. Frank Clark has officially signed a 1-year, $7.5 million deal with the Denver Broncos. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are talking about Frank Clark's comments about how he says the Denver Broncos can have the fastest turnaround in the NFL, and they will go from worst to first in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, he says. So, guys, way or no way, do the Denver Broncos have an opportunity to truly go from worst to first in the AFC West? First of all, the AFC West is very, very, very loaded. Now, I am not going to go as far as say that they're the best division in football, because I think that goes up to the AFC North this season, followed by the AFC East, and then you could actually probably flip-flop those two. It's like a 1A, 1B type of thing, and then you got the AFC West. But the Denver Broncos last season, they struggled. They were just not a very good team. They finished 5-12, and at 2 points in the season that they had 5 losing games in a row. 5 of them in a row, which is crazy to think, right? You added Russell Wilson, you got Jerry Jeudy, you had Cortland Sutton, but Nathaniel Hackett just wasn't the guy. Just wasn't the guy. Bring in Sean Payton this year. Russell Wilson, you have, finally healthy. You bring in Frank Clark. Worst to first. Let's think about this. To go from worst to first in the AFC West, you are probably going to have 11 wins this season. 11 wins this season. Let's look at their schedule. Raiders, Commanders, Dolphins, Bears. They will probably win 2 of those first 4. Give me the 2. Then they play the Jets, Chiefs, Packers, and then Chiefs again. That is a tough stretch. Granted, 3 of the 4 are at home. They do play the Chiefs on a Thursday night game at Arrowhead. Let's just say they go 3 out of the 4 there. Let's say they beat the Chiefs at home. They beat the Packers at home. They beat the Jets at home. They lose to the Chiefs on the road. Right now, we're looking at 6 wins. Going into the bye week, then they play the Bills, the Vikings, Browns, and Houston. They can go 2 out of the 4 there. That will give them 8 wins, right? I think they can beat Cleveland, and I think they might upset Minnesota at home. I don't see them beating Houston this season on the road. Then they play the Chargers, Detroit, Patriots, and Chargers again. Road, home. They probably win 1 of those 4, right? They split with the Chargers always. They're not going to beat the Lions. Patriots, to be determined. Christmas Eve game at home. Let's give them that win. Then you finish the season at at Vegas versus the Raiders. With that being said, guys, that's still only 10 wins. That is being very favorable on their schedule. That's only 10 wins. And I think they'll need 11, if not 12, to win the division. Not because of the Chiefs, but the Chargers as well. So worst to first, no way. Denver Broncos fans, you guys can get hype all you want. Frank Clark can hype up the crowd all they want. Let's ride, baby. Let's ride. I just do not see it happening this season. Frank Clark is a very, very good player. But on the defensive side of the ball, how do you eliminate really good players? Run the other way. Pass the other way. That's what teams did to Frank Clark last season for the Chiefs. They just simply ran the other way. That's why Josh Gardner last season didn't really have many balls from him away because they just went the other way. Denver Broncos are not going to go worst to first. They might go worst to second if they get those 10 wins that I talked about. But that's probably about it. Worst to second is not out of the reach, but worst to first, get it out of here, baby. Speaking of the Denver Broncos, Courtland Sutton has been, quote, flattered by all the interest of him going to other teams. But he has come out in a recent podcast and said, quote, I am flattered by the opportunity to play for other teams, but Denver is home. So, guys, way or no way, Sutton will always be a Denver Bronco moving forward. Guys, Sutton is arguably one of the most slept on receivers in the NFL. The point of the matter is he is entering into his sixth season, right? He is from SMU. He was drafted in 2018. And he has never broke 1,000 yards. In a NFL season, he has never broken 1,000 yards. Crazy, right? Last year was arguably one of his best careers, where 829 yards for 2 touchdowns and 13 yards average on 64 targets. Not terrible for a number 2, number 3 receiver. But just because you think Denver is, quote, is home, doesn't mean that other Denver executives, i.e. Sean Payton, thinks Denver is home for you. If you want to make a long-lasting career in a particular place, i.e. Denver, you need to step up your game a little bit. You need to come out and be a dominant number 2. When we think of Courtland Sutton, do we put a dominant, possessive receiver next to his name? No, we don't. Could it be because of the lack of quarterback play in Denver? Maybe. Could it be the lack of winning in Denver? Maybe, so we don't get as many eyes on him. But Denver might be home to you, but is Denver going to be home to you next season if you don't perform? I probably said that wrong, but whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Sutton might be better off with a different team. Sutton might be better off going to a team like the Raiders or the Chiefs or the Jets or the Cowboys or Seattle even. That'd be a great fit in Seattle. Sutton, don't count those eggs. Don't count those chickens before the eggs hatch, my man. I'm pretty sure he's in a contract year. Is Denver really home? Sure. Does Denver want you long term? Probably not. Probably not, dude. Probably not. Moving on. I'm moving on. Mr. Tyreek Hill. That's right. The Mr. Tyreek Hill. Top 5 receiver in the NFL the last couple seasons. He has come out and said that he wants to be the first receiver ever to get 2,000 yards in a season. So, guys, way or no way can Tyreek Hill legitimately be the first receiver ever to get the 2,000-yard mark in the NFL? Well, when we think about this, Tyreek Hill is a really good receiver. Probably the best receiver in the AFC East. Is he the best receiver in the AFC? Probably. second best in the NFL overall, but one of the highest NFL receiving seasons on record is like about 1,500 yards. 1,600 yards. So he is going to have to get 500 more yards and one extra game. Sure, it can be done. Will it? No. This is a no way. Tyreek Hill, you will never get close to the 2,000-yard mark. Not because you are not a really good receiver. Not because Tua won't be able to get you the ball. Not because, you won't play a full 17 games. The fact of the matter is, you are going to have to catch like 20 balls a game. Are you willing to say you're going to catch 20 balls a game? Jalen Waddle's going to take a backseat and only take 5? Like, this is what has made you so threatening on your teams that you've been a part of, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. It's not because you have always been the guy. It's because you've had a great supporting cast around you, which is able to make you those big explosive plays. Let's just be honest. Last season, without Jalen Waddle, would you have been a top 5 receiver in the NFL? Yards, stat-wise. No, you wouldn't have. Because the teams would have double-teamed you. What was Cedric Wilson going to draw that double team away? No, right? Flashback to your Kansas City Chiefs day, pre-Patrick Mahomes. You were pretty good with Alex Smith. You were not the household name that you are now, but you were still pretty good. You were up and coming. I think you were a rookie, maybe second-year player. Did teams double team you because you were the guy? Well, no. They didn't double team you because they had a double team Travis Kelce, which made you who you are today. Let's flash back to Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you were the number 1 receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, you were a top 5 receiver in the NFL. But teams did not dare to double team you because of your supporting cast around you. Because of Travis Kelce. Because of whoever else you want to put out there. Well, Cole Hardman. Right? The point of the matter is, you can have a record-breaking season. Sure. 2,000 yards, sure. Is it going to happen? No. Because the only way it's going to happen is if you don't have the supporting cast around you. Once that supporting cast around you is no longer there, the double teams start to happen. Yes, you can be the fastest man in the NFL. You can beat a bunch of senior citizens in a 60-meter dash. Yes, I get it. But it is hard to get open with a double team. You can even be open, but if a receiver sees that safety up over the top, I don't know. I think I want to throw the ball there. So this is a no way. He is not going to ever break 2,000-yard plateau. He is not. It is what it is. All right, guys. So that is going to be it for today's show. Hopefully you guys missed us a little bit. We do have a new co-host in the works. Going through some interviews right now. We have about 5 applicants. I'm going to pick out trying to get the right people on the bus and the right seats, and bada bing, bada boom. We're it, baby. But we out today. See you tomorrow, 2 p.m. East Coast time. Have a good day.